Hi and welcome to Overruled Tennis with Renato. On today's episode, we're going to talk about the day 9 of the US Open, the last Grand Slam of the season. We're going to do, like always, the gig. We're going to do some match analysis. We're going to also see the winners and the losers of the previous match. And we're now going to do some predictions for the future match or some matches that I'm more excited to watch. Before we start, don't forget, please, to like the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave us a comment, an opinion, something you think I should be doing better or something you actually enjoy I am doing. So before we started, don't forget to do the liking, the subscribing, and the commenting. And let's go for the video. So we had the day 9 of the US Open. We had some great matches and some very fast matches. In the winners of the matches, I'm so happy, so happy that Felix Auger-Aliassime won versus Rublev in 3 straight sets, which was a great victory for him. I think he played probably a great tennis. I think he's been playing great tennis this tournament. I think he's more laser focused. He knows his game and he's going for it. So every time I felt like he was not living up to his potential, and I thought it always like more mental than the shot quality or the movement, because he's so athletic and he hits, especially on the forehand side, so strong, and he has a great serve. That it was more mental. It was almost he didn't have a game plan. And this time we're seeing a different Felix. I think he is focused, he's motivated, and he really wants, and he has a strategy, even on his head, and he's solving problems much easier than before, and well, not choking like before. That's also a big difference. Then the other match we had was Sinner versus Bublik. Bublik, who apparently said that people who play doubles because they're not good at singles, kinda got karma back to him. He only won 3 games in the 3 sets. So the score was 6-1, 6-1, 6-1, which is kinda embarrassing. I know it's Sinner and I know Sinner plays a lot, but like, come on, man. If you're gonna run your mouth, you need to back that up. And I think Bublik didn't. He was such a fast match. Little over an hour, which is completely shocking. And funny enough, is the second the second time in the same tournament that Sinner and Swiatek finished their matches so fast. Then we had another was Diminor versus Ridi. Was a straight set for Diminor, expected. Now he's gonna, I think, face Felix, which is gonna be an interesting match. Diminor never passed to the semifinals of the US Open, so I can't wait. Obviously, I'm going to be rooting for Felix because I like him a lot as a person and as a player. And then the other match we had was Musetti versus Munar, 3 sets. Musetti won easily. I think Munar put a bit of a fight in the first set, but then as the score shows, it went lesser and lesser. So I think it was a okay match. It was expected that Musetti will win, but probably not so easy. Then on the women's side, we have Swiatek, as I said before, beat Alexandrova 2-0. Swiatek played good tennis. Alexandrova a bit choke as well. I felt like when she gets to these big moments against these big players, especially, she tends to lose track of what she wants to do and what type of game she wants to apply. But also I think it's easier said than done, because Swiatek moves a lot and also moves you a lot. So I think it's normal, the same way we saw Anisimova panicking on that final Wimbledon final. It's very normal how these power players start to panic a little bit against Swiatek, because they are pushed to the side so often, and they are more used to control the point from the middle of the court, and then wait for the short ball. And then Swiatek actually makes you move a lot. So I think it was a great victory for Swiatek. Another day, her and Sinner pairing up and getting it done quite fast. Then we had the other match with Anisimova, as I was mentioned before, versus Haddad Maia. Anisimova won in 2-0, and the first set was actually a 6-love. I think Anasimova was actually playing very well, moving the ball very well, and also be offensive when she could be offensive. But again, I think it was a great. I felt like she's trying to evolve her style of game. She still has the power that she can rely on, but she's trying to open a little bit more the court and make the opponent move and be more consistent. So I think it was a good strategy for her, and it was a good match. Even though Haddad Maia doesn't have the weapons, still has a great forehand, but he doesn't have the weapons of a Swiatek or other players. But she still, I think, in these early stages, is the best time for the players to start to apply the strategy that could be needed in the later stages. So I was impressed on that on Anasimov. I thought that she was less error prone, but also she was really trying to move the ball and open up the court. Smart from her. She probably is going to face Swiatek if she keeps going further. So it's a great way for her to get ready for that encounter. And then we had another match which I didn't appreciate much, which was Mukova versus Marta Kustik. It was 2-1 for Mukova, but I thought the match, none of the players were playing their best, and by the end of it, Mukova seemed injured or tired because she's been spending a lot of time on court. And I think also she should have sealed the in 2 sets, and then she let it drag into the tiebreak, and then in the tiebreak she didn't even win a point. So she made her life much harder, but then she stepped up and beat Marta. Marta wasn't playing very well. I think too many errors, especially from a player who moves so well. Sometimes I don't get it. But we also saw that in another match on the same day, so maybe it was something in the air. But Mukova now is going to face Swiatek, I believe. So I think Swiatek's going to win in straight sets because Mukova seems to be struggling physically. And then we had the match, the more expected match of the day, which was Osaka versus Gauff. Osaka, it came with everything. I think Gauff did too many unforced errors. But were they unforced errors? Because I think the thing was, the returns, I think Gauff could have done better than what she did with too many enforced errors from the forehand side. But also, I think, first of all, she tried to match Osaka in power and the ground strokes and in depth. And that is not so much a type of game, but maybe she's trying to work on that to become a different player, or with the different styles in her own game. For Gauff, maybe there was idea, but Osaka was serving well, not serving excellent, but targeting that forehand side even on the second serve, and she was getting points out of it. What I think is Osaka, since she paired with Thomas, she's a different player because she has a strategy on court. And I think when we saw her with Mouratoglou, first it was horrible to watch any match because of the constant feedback from Patrick. And you see the difference with Thomas is much more calm, much more relaxed, which I think it goes more with the vibe of Osaka. She also is more that type of player with the tap on the leg or with a small fist pump, and sometimes a come on here and there, but not too much. But I think Osaka also made those errors happen from Gauff, especially because on the long rallies, Osaka, for some reason, got the winner and won the point, even if it was not an error from Gauff. I think Osaka can improve for the next match. Is a bit the return. She missed a lot of returns. Actually, the score could be much more uneven if Osaka had put more balls in. But I think interesting on the last game of the second set, she fixed that, and she was more into put the ball a little bit more floaty, but still in the court with some depth, and then she drew a lot of errors from Gauff. I think Gauff started to panic. She knows she's playing against a power player, but I think also Osaka tolerance in the rally is becoming higher and higher, and that's going to be threatening for most of players. She doesn't get the error like she used to. Her rally tolerance it's much higher. And now we have some predictions and some matches that I'm looking forward to watch. and today, and one is gonna be Pegula versus Krejcikova. Krejcikova is not physically all there, so I think that probably it's gonna be an easy victory for Pegula. But I think one thing we learned from Krejcikova is never counting her out. She told us that with the 8 match points, so maybe she will find a way to get one more day and one more day of rest too, and then probably the physical issues will disappear. And the other match we're gonna have is Sabalenka versus Vondrousova. So we have two Wimbledon champions playing on the same day, and Sabalenka, Vondrousova is playing a good level of tennis. And the last time I saw them play, I think Vondrousova actually won against Sabalenka. It was some grass tournament. I was very impressed actually with Vondrousova in that tournament. But now it's a bit different. It's hardcore. So Sabalenka footwork is gonna be more solid. But I to be honest, I don't know which one I should. It all depends of the first set. So I will say the one who wins the first set wins the match. And then we're gonna, to the men's side, we're gonna bet Alcaraz versus Lehenka. I think this is gonna be an easy match for Alcaraz, and that's all I have to say. I think he's playing amazing tennis. He's more mature mentally. He's not making his life harder than he needs to be. He still has fun. He's still entertaining. Yeah, and he still didn't drop a set. So voting him on this one, especially I think he's very motivated since he lost Wimbledon. So there you go. And then we have Novak versus Fritz. Novak has a record of 10 victories on the 10 meetings. This is probably, if there's a time for Fritz to pull all the stops, it will be this match. Not just because Novak comes from playing very little, even though he's playing well, but he's apparently, I don't know, we never know about in Novak. He's facing some physical issues that he keeps calling the physiotherapist to the court. So I don't know. But if I have to vote, I think I'm gonna vote for Novak. But we will see. And now, just before I finish, I have just a side note. I watch a lot of, especially American content, not just TV and also podcasts. And one thing is start to bother me a lot is they always every time an American got a bad loss, like what happened with Taylor Townsend in the 8 match one, they always said they will bring her, they will push her forward and they will make her wanting more. But any time is a non-American facing this, is always scar tissue. And I get it that everyone loves this country, has nothing to do with that, but this is still an international sport. And I think matters more the racket, the ball, and the player. And people should be more objective about that. And that's kind of bothering me a little bit, because I think it's at least if you do to one, do to both, or at least be fair to everyone. And even on golf, they said the same. Oh, this defeat's gonna be amazing for her because she can refocus, and yeah, that also can happen, but that also can happen to all the other players. Meanwhile, all the other players, we've been hearing about scar tissue. So I think one of the most important things, and one of the things I always want to do in my channel, is be fair to everyone, and if I do something to one, I will do the same measure to the other. Even players I don't like much personally, I will still look most of the time to their tennis and judge upon that. So I wish everyone stop with this country stuff that makes no sense, and let's be objective and focus player by player. So that's all for today. I know I did a little bigger video than I wanted, but well, things happen. Before I go, please don't forget to like the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave us a comment, a suggestion, or an opinion. And see you tomorrow. Bye!